Hello everyone, this is Marku with Accelerate Games and I'm back with an episode of Mirror Match, and today I'm discussing UFC 202 Conor McGregor versus Nate Diaz. And if you haven't already seen the fight, I'll give you a 5-second spoiler. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Conor McGregor won by majority decision, and this was a fucking epic fight. If you haven't already seen it, definitely go check it out. It was a 5-round war. A lot of people are saying that Nate should have won. I actually scored it for Conor, and I'll go through that in detail. There's 5 rounds, of course. In round 1, 2, and 4, I feel like Conor did enough to get the nod 10-9. And in round 2, I actually thought that Conor could have probably gotten maybe originally a 10-8, but then Nate came back in the end, and the first one was definitely a 10-9. Either way, Conor McGregor came out and worked a great game plan, working leg kicks, which is how Dos Anjos defeated Nate Diaz, and he incorporated leg kick from the very moment, and that kind of slowed down Nate Diaz, in terms of his reach and his movement. And from there, when he slowed down his movement, he started picking his shots, and he wasn't throwing as many volume as Nate Diaz, but he was more cerebral with his strikes and timing them. And he dropped Nate Diaz 3 times, and it almost looked like he was going to finish Nate Diaz in almost, I believe, end of round 1 and almost in round 2 before Nate Diaz rallied back at the end of round 2 to get his victory. Either way, it really cements Conor's skill set for him to really step up and train and just come back from how he lost to Nate Diaz, and to go 5 rounds with him. I mean, Nate Diaz runs triathlon, so for Conor to last 5 rounds and do what he did, and I thought he won by unanimous decision, not majority decision, but one of the judges scored it a draw, which I could see how that could also happen, and as a result, that gave Conor the nod by majority, because he had two judges scored for him, and then one judge had it as a tie. And so, either way, it was a great match. The 3rd round, Nate Diaz did a ton of damage, but Conor was smart. He didn't try to engage like a fierce back and forth battle. What he did, he weathered the storm. He rolled the punches off his shoulder like a professional he is, and really just kind of weathered the storm. Nate Diaz tried to take him down, but Conor still stopped the takedown. And actually, Conor stopped all the takedowns except for the very last takedown, which was landed in the last 30 seconds of round 5. So for Conor to stop all the takedowns, his takedown defense was ridiculously good. And so it kind of shows how much he worked in that. He did not want to go to the ground, and when he knocked Nate Diaz down to the ground, he himself didn't go to the ground. So it shows how much strategy went into his fight process, and he was very, very patient. Much different from his first fight, and I think he learned his lesson. He was humbled, and he really impressed a lot of people. I mean, if you're not a Conor McGregor fan after what he did, I don't know what to tell you, because love him or hate him, he stepped up and he did his thing. Not too many people actually handled Nate Diaz the way he did. The first 2 rounds was ridiculously good. I mean, he kind of faded at the end of the 2nd round. 3rd round, he faded a lot, and Nate did a lot of damage. 4th round, he came back and won 10-9. It was close, but you could tell Conor got his 2nd win in the 4th round and actually did his thing. And in the 5th round, it was kind of going back and forth until the last minute when Nate Diaz was able to execute a good clinch to the cage and work the takedown. He did stop the takedown, then eventually worked the clinch again and got back, tried to take takedown, and then eventually Conor actually stopped it again. And Nate Diaz kept going for the takedown, and it was kept stopping him. And actually, Conor actually got a trip to take Nate Diaz down, but then Nate got right back up and then reversed it, and he finally hit his takedown. Either way, between all 5 rounds, I feel like Conor did enough to get the victory. Nate Diaz was throwing a lot of strikes, but his strikes weren't having as much damage. Conor did a ton of damage to Nate Diaz's face. I mean, Nate Diaz's face looked smashed like a smashed potato. From the bleed into everything, I mean, like, literally, I don't know, like, Conor McGregor clearly has power in his punches, but maybe because of the additional weight, Nate Diaz can weather it, but it doesn't mean his face is going to look pretty afterwards. And let's just say Conor McGregor just did some work on Nate Diaz's face, and between the damage that he did with his punches and knocking Nate Diaz down, you could tell that he had a little bit more power to his punches, even though he's way less than Nate. But Nate, of course, has a ton of stamina, a ton of heart, just certified badass. I mean, literally, I don't know how this fight would have played out had Conor not faded, but it kind of gives you hope, because if Conor didn't fade in round 3, this fight could have been even a more dominant than what it looked like. I mean, it was a back and forth war, but you could tell that, at least in my opinion, that Conor kind of edged him out enough to get a unanimous decision. Nate never knocked down Conor. What happened is there was one part in I think round 3 where, or it might have been round 2 actually, end of round 2, where Nate actually punched Conor, but then Conor was actually backing up when that happened, and he slipped, but he never really fell down. He staggered into the back of the cage, and it wasn't a knockdown because he never fell down. He staggered in the back cage, and Nate rushed him to try to get a takedown. Again, he stopped him. So overall, great match. I cannot talk enough about this match. If you've seen the fight, let me know what your thoughts are. You know, which rounds you think should have been scored, how they should have been scored. I had the round scored. Round 1, 10-9 Conor. Round 2, 10-9 Conor. Round 3, I had it 10-9 Diaz, because Diaz never had, even though he did damage, he never actually knocked him down or taken down or threatened him with a submission. He just throwing a lot of little petty shots that weren't really doing much damage. Round 4, 10-9 Conor, and in round 5 I scored 10-9 Diaz. So I had Conor winning 3-2. But let me know what you think in terms of how it should have happened, or I'm sorry, how it should have been scored. For the most part, they should definitely run it back for a trophy. I mean, after the way this fight went for the second fight, it's definitely worth your money to watch them fight a third time. And it's probably going to sell a lot more than even probably this one, because just how epic the fight was. It was a back and forth chess match of 2 high caliber fighters, and kind of really cemented himself as somebody who could rise to the challenge. Nate, of course, is badass. I mean, he definitely came back from just being dominated in the first round to make it so competitive, and we had a friggin' barn burner in our hands. So, all right, well, I'm talking a ton, so let me know what you think, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will definitely keep you guys posted on more information in regards to the Mirror Matches series. All right, thank you guys. Bye.
Huge uppercut for the win. Time.